Great games today, man. Jeez. Gone through a whole bottle of water already. But now we're all tied up. 2-2, moving into the fifth set. Sun versus Stats. Except, up at the 12 o'clock position, in brown, is Sun. So Sun is up there in brown. That means at the 8 o'clock position, in Teal, I think. Yes, Teal is Stats. The artist formerly known as Chin Toss. Now, for the fun facts, including stats. Yes, I did look up stats. The map is Neo Outlier. 6 PvPs have been played on this map, and Stats has played in 4 of those. So he's well versed in the PvP realm on Neo Outlier. Stats win record this season is 14 wins and 9 losses. That's a lot of games. 23 freaking games. That's more than Flash, even. So Stats has been fielded more than Flash. Try to wrap your head around that one. Sun, on the other hand, has had 4 wins and 6 losses. So he does have a losing record this season. I've brought it up many times, but Sun was, he did SKT proud last season, especially at the end of last season. So it's been weird to kind of see him have a losing record this season, although this is all that matters. They've made it to the finals, so this is the only game that matters for Sun. Unless we get to the 7th set and he's sent out for ace match, of course. But that would be very, very important for Sun. But this is also very important. Let's see what's going on. Simulator on the way for Sun. Probably the same damn thing for Stats on the bottom. But how about some more fun facts? PvP is the worst matchup for Sun, and it's the best one for Stats. So Stats has an obvious advantage here, switching to a guy eating potato chips as soon as the Manor Pylon goes down. Of course they did. Potato chips much more important than strategic play. Okay, end rant here. But the Manor Pylon didn't get too much done. Trapped 1 probe. I think the rest glitched themselves out. So that was the Manor Pylon. And I think that maps like Outlier were changed to Neo Outlier. Well, they moved some minerals around, but they mostly moved the minerals to allow Manor Pylons, because there weren't many Manor Pylons in PvP. And everyone's like, oh, I'd like Manor Pylons. So they changed everything to Neo. That's why I have a Neo Electric Circuit, Neo Chain Reaction, Neo Outlier. Everything's Neo. And I think some of those changes did involve switching the minerals around to allow for Manor Pylons. Which is great. I love me some Manor Pylons. Sun is trying to stay in to get one of his own, but being fended off by the Zealot in the middle. Don't think he's going to be able to get much done there with pesky little probe. Flash looking on. I can't believe that Flash lost and KT is still hanging in there. That's always crazy to me when Flash can lose and KT can still win a series. Well, they're just tied up. They haven't won yet. But things are looking good after tying it up like that. I still have a lot of good players left that they can play. And Stats is definitely one of them. Stats has been kind of part of the 1-2 punch that KT has used to get themselves up through the season. Stats and Flash, 2 heavy hitter players, and they've both been fielded the most. Lots and lots of games, 22 and 23 games respectively, I think. But there's a Cybernetics core spinning for Sun. He's getting that Dragoon range ready to go. Yeah, I love the intense look on all the players' faces in the finals. You can tell they only have one thing on their mind. Freaking trophy, man. Citadel Vadun for Stats. So he's going straight up into Dark Templar, trying to catch Sun off guard. Players kind of discussing it there, like, I can't believe he would go for DTs. That's ridiculous. But more more gateways from Sun. So he's going for the triple gate. Triple gate, not going for the quad damage build, it looks like, though. That makes me very sad. I could have played my Quake noise there. Quad damage. Something like that. But no, just the triple gate so far from Sun. Hopefully gets down a cannon or two soon. Here comes the Templar Archives. Dark Templar will be flooding out of those gateways very soon. So if Sun can get some means of detection, he's going to be okay. going for the amount of gateways he is going to give him a lot of advantages with being aggressive, getting down that second base that Stats just started warping in. So Stats is trying to focus on his economy, get that second base up, while Sun is going the complete opposite approach, getting the 3 gateways, pumping nothing but Dragoons out of those. He's going to try to be aggressive and take down a second base. And there's a robotics facility for him, so he's focusing on the robotics and observers before cannons or anything like that. So they'll probably be able to barely catch those Dark Templar once they start flooding out into the map. But since he's going for the 3 gateway build, he's going to try to be aggressive, but as soon as he runs into those Dark Templar, I think he's going to have to make a strategic retreat. He's going to definitely surprise Stats with the amount of troops he has. Yeah, flooding in with troops. Cannon at the front for Stats just in case Sun had gone for Templar Archives of his own. But here come the Dark Templar. 1 Dark Templar should be enough to fend back these troops, but it can't even get past the probe. The probes are pushed off the line. Dark Templar can't even get in there to get an attack. Finally, the Dark Templar hasn't even landed 1 Warp Blade. There we go. Finally, an attack by the Dark Templar. SKT fans praying, as they should, because Sun, his attack has been successful, but it's starting to get shut down. The observatory not up yet, so he has no means of detection to fight back the Dark Templar. Some nice probe micro from Stats taking out the remaining Zealots, and now he is in full retreat mode after that successful attack. He's got to get home and protect his own base against the Dark Templar. This is going to be very, very tight. The observer's just going to pop out of that robotics facility as soon as the Dark Templar arrive. Hopefully, they need to get there soon. And there is Sun trying to keep everything away. He does have his Dragoons to intercept the Dark Templar. His observers were barely in time. Barely in time. But he will defend against this after that big attack. But he's still going to be behind as far as economy goes if he can't get down that second base soon. He's moving out with some probes now. Yeah, he's just moving over with probes to probably establish another base. Or mine out the minerals and allow for an attack on the left side. I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's going to try to mine out the minerals and let his troops go down the left side of the map for a sneak attack. Ooh, this could be very, very good from Sun. Yeah, you see he's there. He's going to try to mine out these minerals. This is going to be scouted immediately by Stats, who has the pylon ready to go. So at least he's going to know this is happening. But all of the minerals being mined out now by the probes. Probes getting rid of this mineral. Just 1 more mineral left to go. Well, 8 more anyway. And there we go. A huge amount of Dragoons flooding into this main. So, yeah, Stats has got to pull back with his Dark Templar. You got the Dark Templar in tow. There is an observer in, though, for Sun. And you got that huge Dragoon army. So, yeah, I think he's going to actually do a lot of damage inside this main. If the Dark Templar can't get close enough to really fight this back, because he got about 3 Dark Templar that I saw inside of that main, but not much else as far as the ground troops go. He's got 1 Archon in, get a bit of splash on those Dragoons, splashes about 3 of them at the front. Got the Dark Templar coming in as well, some probes being forced off the line just to get those Dragoons closer to the Archon and everything else. The Archon and the Dragoons. Finally, I think this attack is going to be shut down, but not before a lot of probes go down, risking their life, sacrificing their lives to fight back the Dragoons. Yeah, most of those probes that were pulled off the line did die, so Stats is kind of not doing so well. There's Dragoons coming out of nowhere at the natural expansion. SKT going crazy. Sun coming out of nowhere. I think I said Stat there for a second, but Sun moving his way to the natural expansion. He's blasting his way through with Dragoons, and he's got the high ground advantage now, so he's probably going to be able to take out this second base no problem. Yeah, a couple of Dragoons inside that main as well, just to distract Stats even more. But Stats is getting boxed inside of his base. And Sun, in the meantime, is establishing his second base, I believe, at that natural expansion. I think he's already established that. Trying to get back to the high ground area where he can definitely cause some damage. All 3 of these gateways still pumping Dragoons. Just saw 3 Dragoons come out of that. But yeah, the second base just now came up. The probes are transferring over to that position, so he will have the economic advantage soon. And if he can hold this high ground, keep stats locked inside of his base, and take down this Nexus, take down the natural expansion. There comes the robotic support bay now for Sun. Going to transition into Reaver harassment and some Reaver support for the mostly Dragoon army he has on the ground right now. Stats does have a bigger army, at least at his natural, so he's forcing back Sun, keeping Sun away, but not before Sun destroyed that Nexus at the natural expansion. Eek. So the natural expansion is down for Stats, and Stats has really got to do it with this ground army. He's got to push it all the way with this ground army. Yeah, if he can't get a ton of damage done with what he has on the ground, he's just going to fall behind in macro. He's rebuilding his Nexus right now at his natural expansion, but yeah, he's got to cause some heavy losses for Sun soon. Alright, Sun is waiting for his Reaver to pop, so he can pick up the Reaver with the shuttle, get even more harassment done with that. Let's see. There's the Observer running around, just getting the Scout and everything up behind this base. You see the Probe getting the Scout as well, Probe sneaking in. And there's a shield battery at the front, because Sun knew how big Stats' army was, but he also knows that it's not going to stay that big forever. So yeah, the shield battery, just in case Stats should be crazy enough to try to attack. But now Stats is backing off, waiting for some more troops before he attempts anything like that. Go rush again. He's got his backpack full of God knows what. Yes, got free copies of StarCraft for everybody. That's the kind of guy he is. Alright. More Dragoons grouped up. Now Raw with Go Rush! My head just exploded. Alright, so I'm Reaver at the front to protect, just in case Sun is playing it very safe now. And there's no reason he shouldn't. Citadel of Adun coming up now, so you can finally transition into some High Templar as well. But there's absolutely no reason he shouldn't play safe. Now, he took down the second base, just got to group up as many troops as he can from the gateways that he has. Group up and go for the next big attack. Because Sats right now is playing almost completely defensively. Yeah, look at all his troops. Nice line of Dragoons and his natural expansion. Playing defensively. And here comes another attempt at harassment from Sun. Trying to go in with his Reaver. Looks like he's going to be unsuccessful with that. The Dragoon's actually trying to chase down the shuttle, take down the shuttle that can't get close enough to the shuttle to do that. So Stats has moved out into the middle of the map, but he is still outnumbered by Sun. Not to mention Sun has Reavers in tow, which could definitely be a game changer if the two should go at it outside of Sun's natural expansion. Another Reaver going to be picked up. I think that'll make 2 for this shuttle. Shuttle's like, get over here, you jerk. Templar Archives coming up now for Sun, and here comes Stats. He's going to try to break through the natural expansion, but I think he is woefully unequipped to do this unless he has excellent micro to take down these Reavers quickly. 2 Reavers still at the front, still getting the Scarabs, blasting through the Dragoons. And Sun kind of smirking there a bit, because Stats getting forced back. Half of his army was just destroyed by those Reavers. So now Sun is on the rampage. He's going to go straight for the natural expansion. Going to A-move this thing. And Stats has got to take out that shuttle. Got to take out the shuttle and the Reavers if he wants to survive this attack. There's no other way he's going to be able to survive. Oh, Reaver Scarabs melting the Dragoon army. The shuttle finally goes down, but still 1 Reaver left. Kind of a sighing there from Stats, because he sees the end is coming. Yes, this is the end. The end, my friends. The Zealots flooding in. The Dragoons. GG! The end. Sun takes it against the 1-2 punch guy for KT Rolster. It's kind of a bad omen when your 2 best players lose. But the 6th that is on the way, SKT is going to try to finish it with this one. And KT's got to force that ace match. Should be exciting. Here we go, set 6.